put this smaller. Can we do it? Yes, we can. So those are the Barcelona guys training. Let me show you one curious thing. That guy is a clever and very talented photographer who's the official photographer of Barcelona, and he goes with wherever the side goes. He's been doing it for like a couple of decades, a long time ago, and that's because they trust him implicitly. He was the one that allowed me to use pictures that he had taken, private pictures that he had taken of Messi for my Messi biography. So thank you, Miguel. You can see they're all coming out. We're gonna be allowed about 15 minutes here. You can see everybody's taking pictures. So let me tell you that everybody will be training apart from Bravo, the goalkeeper, and Sandro, the striker, both injured. Bravo may be okay for the cup final against Sevilla, but Barcelona expect to beat Granada, in which case that will mean winning the league, of course. You must recognize that guy walking. More players. So if they get the 3 points against Granada, that's in the UK 4 p.m. and it will be on Sky Sports, of course. We'll start the show 15 minutes earlier with David Moyes and Gaz Camendieta in the studio. And if Barcelona beats Granada, then they win the league, of course. But after the victory of Granada against Sevilla, 1-4 in Sevilla after 16 consecutive games winning at home, Sevilla lost. Basically, anything can happen in football. As you can see, this pitch 1, and it's called Tito Vilanova in homage to the former coach of Barcelona that died, as you know. Everybody's preparing training. Real Madrid plays in Riazor against Deportivo, and of course they will want to beat Deportivo just in case Barcelona fail to beat Granada. In case they don't, as you know, Real Madrid is 1 point behind. In case Barcelona, say, gets a draw or a defeat and Real Madrid wins, Real Madrid will be league champions. So very interesting times. What else can I tell you about Barcelona? Well, they've been at top of the table for 26 consecutive weeks, and they think they deserve to win it, but they fell asleep. They got 3 defeats in 4 games, and that seemed to have definitely affected them. Reasons for it? Well, Luis Enrique don't give you many clues. I'm going to show you somebody that you definitely know, Mathieu and Leo. So yes, Barcelona lost 3 games out of 4, and all of a sudden doubts started to creep in. Why did they lose? Well, it coincided with after the international break. Also, there hasn't been much rotation going on, and Luis Enrique has used mostly 12, 13 players, perhaps not enough to reach the end of the season with enough fitness, mental and otherwise. So that's something that worries Barcelona, and they're going to have to get some signings to get a stronger team next season, especially players for the bench. It's fine to have the top 3 up front. They want to play everything, but perhaps they're going to have to rotate, but they will do happier if somebody that replaced them is actually good enough to do so. Arda Turan hasn't worked, Aleix Vidal hasn't worked. Arda Turan was signed to replace Xavi, or at least to be a midfielder, has not worked at all. And I think you may see Arda leaving in the summer. He has not impressed Barcelona so far. Somebody else coming in that you may recognize. Daniel Alves. The team will be the usual team in the Champions League, with Ter Stegen, of course, and Alba on the left, Dani Alves on the right, Mascherano and Piqué in the midfield with Busquets, Iniesta and Rakitic, and of course the front 3. Suarez is in an amazing form, scored 11 goals in the last 4 games. Barcelona have scored 21 goals, conceded 0 in the last 4 when they had to wake up after that bleep that we were talking about. And Suarez not only has scored 11 goals, he's also given 4 assists. So Messi getting again on top form, and Luis Suarez scoring has been the big difference, because the team is not playing great football, but winning the games when they have to. So show you around a bit. Everybody activating themselves. Ter Stegen over there, and that's Piqué. Let's go back to Leo. So, a bit of chat before the session starts. What else can I tell you? Well, Real Madrid will fight until the end. I wrote an article for us today saying that if you want to play on a season with expectations to be in the last week or in the last 2 weeks in the Champions League final and with options to win the league, you do not do what Real Madrid has done this season. But they are special from that point of view. They have a winning mentality that is the envy of many other clubs. It doesn't matter if they don't play well, it doesn't matter if they're actually not doing well in the league, they always are there or thereabouts with option. It's like, that guy that goes to parties and does the jokes out of plays, and it's not very funny, perhaps doesn't even dress accordingly to the party, but always manages to get, or almost always managed to get the pretty girl. That to me is Real Madrid sometimes. It has been certainly this season. They have not played great football, but Zidane has stabled the ship. A lot of players, most players sadly, weren't happy with Rafael's regime. He was asking of them too much. They don't like to be pushed, and Zidane has, while he's learning the trade, he's actually held Real Madrid to get at least the stats and the results to get Real Madrid to where it is now. I think it's 13 consecutive victories that has allowed Real Madrid to, with options to win the league. So not very exciting. This is what we're seeing at the moment. And the goalkeepers over there, a lot of stretching, and the rondos start. And this is a massive one. Everybody in a circle, and what is it? A few players in the middle. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, I think. So there you go. And that's me, with Dan, our cameraman, who is here and working hard. Yeah, we're gonna fly to Granada, and we will be doing for Sketchbox some work tomorrow morning in Granada, and of course we will be on the pitch side during the game. I remind you, it's 4 o'clock UK time kickoff, but the show will start 15 minutes earlier, and hopefully if Barcelona wins the league, we may be able to do something on the pitch as well at the end of it. So there you are. Thanks for calling. Thank you everybody, you wonderful people. I'll talk to you soon.